AITA for telling my husband he has to sleep on the floor for a week. My husband convinced me to visit his parents for a week in another state. I had 2 reasons for not wanting to go. Firstly, I just had a baby 1.5 months ago, and I have PPD, so I'm really still not up to par. I don't want to be around anyone, especially his mom, because I find it exhausting. Secondly, they have an unruly Rottweiler that they have zero control over. The dog isn't aggressive, but is destructive, jumps on people, and barks excessively. Despite my reservations, he assured me that we would be staying in a hotel and all would be well. There are only 2 hotels within a 1.5-hour radius, deep wooded area in Maine, and I reminded him/asked him several times if he booked the hotel. He said he was handling everything and to stop worrying so much. So anyway, we got to Maine last night, and lo and behold, the hotel closed its office doors at 8 p.m. It's a bed and breakfast, and the owners live in the house, and it's advertised as all doors closed by 8 p.m. right on their website, which I didn't know. We didn't get there until 10 because he was catching up with his family. We ended up back at his parents' house, and they gave us the guest room. I brought the baby's bassinet, set that up, and we went to bed. The next morning, their unruly dog came in and urinated all over the bassinet. Luckily, my baby was not in it, so I'm furious and tell my husband to take me to the hotel because I'm 2 seconds from losing my cool. I told him to shut the door when he came out, and he didn't, so it's his fault. Well, he drives me to the hotel, and it turns out he didn't book in advance, so there's no vacancy. He said he assumed there would be openings because of how backwoods it is. So I called the only other hotel, 1.5 hours away, and they were booked too. I told him I just wanted to go home at this point, but he refused and said we could just stay with his parents. I told him, fine, but you're sleeping on the floor the entire time. I explained I wouldn't be putting our baby in that bassinet, considering we can't clean it without a rug cleaner, which his parents don't have. I told him he's not sleeping in the bed with me and the baby because the bed is a double, and I don't trust that one of us won't roll over on the baby, so she needs her own side of the bed. Since he's the reason we are in this position, he will be the one making the sacrifice and sleeping on the floor. He tried arguing before going to bed tonight that he should be able to sleep on the bed too, and that I should just sleep with the baby in my arms like I do when we have contact naps during the day. I told him that wasn't happening. A 1-hour nap is much different than a full night's sleep, and I don't trust myself for that long to sleep with her in my arms, especially not being this exhausted. Before going to sleep, he said I was being a fucking dick and apparently punishing him for wanting to see his family, and accused me of trying to sabotage his trip.